Episode 3 of the Amazing Digital Circus has just dropped, and oh boy, did I really enjoy that episode. Like always, when it comes to my reviews, I'll be going over my positive and negative feelings on the episode. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into the show. Starting with the positives, holy crap, this episode is terrifying. Nothing that made me scream or jump out of my seat, I will admit, but the episode just has a very tense and unsettling vibe to it, especially every time the tape recorder is on. Actual chills. This episode alone probably does horror better than all of Murder Drones. Well, except for episode 4. The episode also has an A, B, and C plot going on, and it does a really good job at juggling all of them. Of course, giving the most attention to Pomni and Kinger, which I'm glad they did. Kinger has always been the second character I'm most interested in. We'll get to my third and first later. It's really nice to see this other, more sane side of Kinger, and the scene he shares with Pomni is really sweet, but there is one minor issue I have with it, which again we'll get to later. I just really like how the show handles its themes and messages. I actually have a lot more positive things to say, but I'll get back to them later. Let's move on to what I didn't really like about the episode. Going back to the characters I find the most interesting in the show, right next to Kinger would be Kane in third and Zooble in first. Now, Kane I don't have a problem with. The seeds have officially been planted for him, considering the mini breakdown he has. There's a lot of cool things you can do with characters who are essentially just an AI program. However, Gooseworks stated that this episode would be a Kinger and Zooble episode, and while we got a lot of Kinger, I felt like we were lacking a lot of Zooble. I'm assuming this episode was just set up for their own episode, but I do feel really bummed out. I was expecting to learn a lot more about Zooble. I also feel like this episode has a few really long scenes. For example, the 2D animated segment in the dark. I found it charming for like the first 10 to 15 seconds, but it goes on for like a minute and a half, and that just felt too long. One final nitpick I have is the emotional scene Pomni has with Kinger. While yes, it's a good scene, it just feels too similar to her conversation with Gummy Goo. You remember Gummy Goo, right? Of course, the topic and the message behind the conversation is different, but it sort of feels repetitive, given the fact that we just had a one-on-one talk between Pomni and another character who both happened to be in an unfortunate situation in the last episode. So I hope they're able to get their points across with these scenes differently in the future. I wanted to end off this video by talking about why I really enjoy Digital Circus. I just feel that one of the show's biggest strengths are its emotional beats and just the dialogue itself. It's so well put together, and I applaud Gooseworks for that. I also love the show's humor. I think the show is hilarious. Along with that, I love how throughout the course of the show, we get to learn more about the characters and their personal struggles. All in all, I just wanted to say that I love the silly, goofy circus show, and how it's able to handle the humor, messaging, and everything about the show nicely. So yeah, I have high hopes for Digital Circus. I feel it has the potential to tell a really compelling and emotional story if the cards are stacked in its favor. Anyways, I really hope the Gaslight District comes soon. This show has really piqued my interest. If you're wondering, no, I'm not becoming a Digital Circus YouTuber because Murder Drones ended. Like I said in the post, I'll be posting whatever I want. Don't worry, I'm not leaving Murder Drones. I still have a few videos that need to be worked on. For now, I'm taking a tiny break as I need some time to work on something private. So I'll see you guys next time, and always remember to stay safe, have fun, and praise Lord Trump the Bucket. Bye!
Whoa, I'm turning into Pomni!